Okay, so you're going to come to the Zoom classes. Just some basics you want to know. You want all your light to come at you from the front. That's important. If there's light behind you, it gets really bright like this. And you can't be seen as well. Now you might want to keep in mind that you don't have to be seen on Zoom. Some people are going to actually like that sometimes. So just know you can turn your camera off on Zoom. I won't even see you. But if you want to be seen, then learn some of these tricks because it'll help me to see you as best as possible. So right now, you see this image. I have a laptop and it's setting on a height about like this, 1.5 inches off the floor. It could even be on the floor, possibly, but I like just lifting it up a little bit. So this gives a pretty good view, twists, Baddha Konasana. You can do, I'll see all the forward bends, etc. Your hands might disappear from sight, but you know, that's okay. Now, if you don't have a laptop, here's a little DIY iPad stand. It's just, well, this could just be a rubber band. It's hair ties together because that's what I had handy. But yoga block or a sturdy book that would stand up, a couple books together, something you can attach an iPad to like that. Of course, they make stands for iPads, or a phone can do the same thing. And then you can set your phone or your iPad on whatever height, more and more height, piano bench, coffee table, will give you different images. And so you can play with the height of how high you're going to set whatever it is you're going to use as your camera. Light from the front. And so like this is 1.5 feet off the floor. I might go to that height if I'm going to do standing poses. And, just to say, when I was here, I'm only a couple feet away from the camera. Another little DIY trick, if you have a dowel. Now you don't even have to be this snazzy, but you have to get something on the end so you can adjust your laptop. What I did is I just cut a little piece of sticky mat, painter's tape, so I can adjust my laptop pretty easily. It looks funny when I put it right by the camera, but it could be over here too. Alright. These could angle if you just pushed some fabric in to, like, push a little bit of washcloth into this area, it'll tilt it down, or push a little washcloth into the bottom area, it'll tilt it up. Things like that you can play with. You'll get better at all these things over time, and you might get them set really quickly. What was I saying? Oh yeah, standing pose. So if I go back, now I have a bunch of mats, so I've put them all together, so I have this, maybe you have a bunch of mats. You can put them all together, but now this gives me a pretty good standing pose distance. At this point, I'm 6-7 feet away. I can even tilt up a little at this point. Let's see, if I get it just right. My hands may disappear from time to time, but that gives you a pretty good standing pose distance. And I was standing 6 to 7 feet away, so like so. Now if you don't have a bunch of mats, you're going to just use one mat. That's absolutely fine. But some of you may have 2 mats, in which case I'll recommend possibly, I've seen a lot of people doing this, where you crisscross your mats. And this can just save you time for standing poses. I'm going to raise the the laptop even higher because I'm 6'4". So for me, that might even be better. So this will show you the crisscross mat. And of course we're all going to be, but now I can do sideward positions, forward stepping positions. You could go right to downward dog and be facing the camera, or to the side. You can still see me. So now this height is about a common tabletop height. It's not always as good to have it so high, but especially for me, because I'm tall. And don't forget, you don't have to be on mats. Mats are not required. So, your standing poses. So that distance, that's about 10 feet away. So you can see what I look like. I will be able to see you pretty well in all these positions. Your downward dog, well, it's not bad to have a wall near you. If you can have a wall space or a door, then you can do your wall positions. All those different things we do. And just to say, downward dogs are good. And these are good from the floor too. So this will just give you some ideas around the different placements of the camera, placements of the lighting. Now if you want to get snazzy like I did, because I have to do this well because I'm going to be teaching. But I've set up something like this. Now these are all studio props, so they're very handy. But you can imagine this would be a couple books. You could certainly do your whole class right from there. It wouldn't be a problem. This would be like a step stool, more books. I don't know. Just see what that kind of height is, about 1.5 feet. And then this is more like a tabletop or desktop height. That'll pretty much cover it. We'll take care of things in class too. There's always a little time before or after to ask questions, and we can tweak things. And be sure you can call me or email me and I'll do a little session with you. It's not a charge or anything, just to spend a little time. We'll set up a Zoom meeting and I'll help you play around with your space. You just want to clear your space out, have props that are handy by you, and it's going to be great. Look forward to seeing you all.